Hello everybody, welcome to Angie's Kitchen. I am going to make Crockpot orange chicken for you guys, and I'm going to show you all the ingredients. We're going to make the sauce first. So I've got a little, you can use a little bowl. We're going to do, you guys said you like Sweet Baby Ray's. We're going to make Sweet Baby Ray's. We're going to do like a cup. A cup of Sweet Baby Ray's. Now what makes the orange chicken taste like orange, and I'll scrape that out in a minute. This is called orange marmalade. So it's kind of like a jam, but it has like lots of bits of like orange zest and orange pieces in it. And it makes a really good sauce. So I'm going to put in, I need a smaller spoon there. Sorry, I don't think this is gonna fit. We're gonna put like 3/4 a cup of marmalade into our sauce. It's gonna make it really orangey. There we go. Get the rest of the Sweet Baby Ray's out. Okay, now the next is optional if you don't like lots of heat, but you can always add this after. But I like sriracha. And we're going to add a couple squirts. 1, 2. If you don't like heat, you don't have to use it. The last thing is we're going to do about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. All right, that's 1/2 cup. Really easy. And we're going to stir it up. Go ahead and stop. All right. So I forgot to tell everybody, I washed my hands before I started, okay? So now we're gonna do chicken. These are chicken breasts I just got from Aldi's. And the recipe says like 2 pounds. So this is 4 pounds, so I'm gonna use 2 pounds. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the 3 chicken breasts. That equals about 2 pounds. And if you see, I'm cutting them long ways. And then I'm gonna turn them to the side and cut them in big chunks. They're like big 1-inch chunks. So the goal is to make your chicken chunks pretty much the same size so they all cook at the same time. So I continue and cut up all my chicken breasts. And they're all about the same size. And then we are going to move on to the rest of the recipe. Okay, I got everything cut up. 3 breasts, that's about 2 pounds. Now I'm going to take this, is called Chinese 5-spice powder. It smells really good. It's got like cinnamon and ginger and allspice, all kinds of good flavors in that. And I'm going to... All right, I'm getting all those chicken chunks in the bottom of my crock pot. I'm going to add that 5-spice powder. Then we're also going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch to thicken up that sauce. Add that right to the chicken. Then we're going to stir up that sauce. Pour it over. Now, since we started late in the afternoon, I'm going to cook this on high. And I'm going to cook it for about 2 hours on high. And then we're going to add some more goodies to it. Put that lid on. Okay, so I went ahead with the rest of that chicken, and I'm gonna make like a freezer meal so we can have orange chicken another time. But there's certain things like you gotta do in order to make sure it all works. So I cut up the chicken again in little pieces, 2 pounds. So I used the rest of that chicken. All right, so I'm just putting that chicken in that freezer bag that I cut up. I'm adding the 5 spice and then add another heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. Mix that sauce up, pour it in. Squish it around, get it all nice and mixed up. I also added that sriracha again. I love the flavor of sriracha. It's really not that hot, but I really think it adds flavor. You can also rubber band a bag of broccoli to the bag and a bag of 2 cups of rice to that. Make sure you label your freezer bag with the date and what it is and basic cooking instructions. I'm going to lay it all flat on a cookie sheet, put my broccoli or stir fry, rubber band it to that, and a bag of rice. Okay, I took a peek after 2 hours and the chicken is pretty much done. So I'm going to scooch that over and make way for my rice. So there's a lot of liquid still in there. I'm going to pour 2 cups of rice in there on the side. And I don't think I'm going to use as much liquid. Maybe add a cup of water to that. Make sure it's all submerged. Gently add a cup of water to that. And then we're going to cover it back up on high for a couple more hours. And we'll check and make sure the rice is done. And then after that, we will add our vegetables, and those only take like 30 minutes. So after I add this water, we'll kind of smush the rice down a little bit, add the lid, cook it on high for another couple hours. The rice should be done, but you could take a little spoon out and check it and make sure. It's smelling delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, so I cleaned up my area because we had raw meat. Washed my hands and everything. I got that rice cooking and I think it's 30 minutes is up. So now I'm going to add, you can either use fresh broccoli or like I said, a bag of frozen broccoli. So I'm going to cut this washed broccoli up. I love fresh broccoli, so we're cutting that up. And the last 30 minutes of cooking, we are going to add this to the crock pot. Oh, and look there, we're going to have a couple egg rolls with our dinner too. So they're just frozen egg rolls that we put in the oven. And oh, if you could smell that, it smells amazing. So that rice looks done after about 2 more hours of cooking. And I am adding all that broccoli kind of in the middle of the two. And when it's on high like that, it's only going to take 30 minutes. So, it's looking good. All right, it looks like this is done. I just turned it off. Rice looks good. Get some broccoli.
Yummy, yummy.
Chicken. Look at that.
Great meal on a cold night.
A little sauce on it. I'm going to come over here. Now I'm going to add a garnish. So I'm finally chopping some green onion. Those are going to be sprinkled on top of the meal. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and then the sesame seeds. Now I'm adding that egg roll, and that is a warm, hearty meal on a cold winter day. Enjoy.